The storm rolled over Whisper Creek like a furious stampede, darkening the sky and swallowing the last of the evening sun. Megan Harper urged her mare forward, the wind whipping her braid against her shoulder, rain soaking through her coat. All she wanted was to cross the river before it rose to high, but the world had other plans. The ferry landing came into view just as thunder cracked overhead. The river churned, brown and violent, slamming against the dock posts. The ferryman, an older man with a weary face, waved both arms as she approached. Creek's flooding fast. He shouted, "You got 30 seconds if you're crossin'." Megan nodded and guided her horse aboard. Only then did she notice she wasn't alone. A tall man in a worn duster stood near the cabin door, water dripping from his hat. He turned as she stepped on deck, and his eyes storm gray and sharp met hers. "You cuttin' it close," he said. "I could say the same," she replied, breathless. Before either could say more, the ferryman hollered, "Hold on." The boat lurched into the current, fighting its way across the wild river. They'd barely reached the halfway point when a piece of debris slammed into the ferry's side. Wood groaned. The ferryman cursed. The line jerked violently, swinging them toward the opposite bank. "We'll make it," the ferryman shouted, but his voice was swallowed by thunder. Moments later, the ferry crashed against the far shore, hard enough to knock Megan off her feet. The storm raged. The ferryman scrambled to secure the boat, yelling through the downpour, "Cabin's safer. Get inside." Megan and the stranger ducked into the one-room ferry cabin as the door slammed shut behind them. Rain hammered the roof like 1,000 hooves. Inside, the space was too small. A narrow cot, a lantern, a shelf of supplies. That was it. The man removed his hat and shook off the water. "Name's Ryder," he offered. "Megan," she said, pushing wet hair away from her face. "Looks like we're stuck here. If you want to hear the full story, click the title below."